Okay, we're going to Casa Grande. I'll just do it towards the front. Okay, I have a question. The brown section.
I know.
If you have a chance to explain that when everybody's up here. It's teak wood.
Yeah, it's the wood is from Siam.
Okay.
And the carver, Jules carved it in San Francisco.
That is cool. It looks like chocolate to me.
I agree. I said they should sell it a chocolate bar at the visitor center with these designs.
Yeah, like white chocolate and milk chocolate. You got a very viable gift right there.
Take apart the Casa Grande.
I will eat the facade of Casa Grande.
It does have a type of sunscreen on it to keep it protected.
Oh, really?
From the elements. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, that's neat.
It's cool. It's beautiful.
Well, I think when they start restoring the pool that they should sell the marble.
Who doesn't want a piece of that?
Right?
I do.
And it helps with the cost.
Yeah.
When they sent it to bid, it came back $1 million over what they wanted to spend.
Oh,
So it's an expensive
Yeah,
thing.
they knew it was going to be expensive. to
Restoration,
begin with.
yeah. Pretty much anytime you visit here, there's a new project going on. Just a few months back, before summertime, they finished the roof of Casa Grande. They replaced that roof. It was leaking pretty badly. There was scaffolding all the way around the building.
I've worked with commercial properties. Wintertime in the rain and the roofs. Nightmare.
Yeah.
Nightmare. I can't even imagine what this one would cost to do.
Yeah, they never told us what it cost
You don't want to know.
for such a big structure.
Exactly.
Casa Grande, does it remind you of anything?
it looks like a church.
It looks like a church, and it was supposed to look like a church. He traveled to Europe with his mother, very much into the architecture of Spain and Italy. And if you've ever been to Spain or Italy, the most important building in the town, the center town, is the church. The cottages are representing the villas. And Casa del Monte has the view of the mountains. Where we started off, Casa del Sol, the sun, Casa del Mar, the ocean view. It was in 1919 when his mother passed away from the influenza epidemic, and that's when her son inherited this property and money, and he was probably able to do what he's been wanting to do for a long time, which was build up here.
Yeah.
He waited the respectable amount of time before he contacted the architect, about 2 weeks, and that architect was Julia Morgan. She had a civil engineering degree from UC Berkeley, first woman to be accepted and to graduate from the École des Beaux-Arts in Paris, and first licensed female architect in California.
Amazing woman.
They collaborated for 28 years. The project was never finished. Mr. Hearst left here for the last time in 1947. He was 84 years old. Started having heart problems, and his doctor said he had to move closer to medical facilities. When he left, his son Bill Jr. asked him how far along was the project. He said 50% complete. His son thought that if his dad started 20 years earlier, it would have been much larger, but still 50% complete. Yeah. All of the structures are made from steel reinforced concrete. It's covered in limestone from Utah, but then the south wing and the north wing, they didn't have the limestone, and the back of the house looks very unfinished. And he did want to build a couple more cottages up here on the hilltop. And the Casa Grande itself has 4 stories, 115 rooms, 38 bedrooms, 42 bathrooms. It's about 54,000 square feet of livable space, 14,000 square foot basement. And if you're invited here, well, there are lots of Hollywood stars, politicians, businessmen, famous athletes. He was not a fan of high society, thought they were snobby, and so he would invite people that he wanted to have here that would be entertaining. So it was a variety at any time. And there might be just a handful of guests to 20, 30 people. And you would arrive mostly from Los Angeles, from Glendale. You'd take a train, the Lark, to San Luis Obispo, and then you were shuttled up here in either a Cadillac, a Buick, or a limousine. And during your days, you could go swimming in the 2 pools, horseback riding, play tennis. You were expected to be in the assembly room behind us at 7:30, dressed for dinner. So women were wearing cocktail dresses, men's suits. They said it was really informal attire for the time. That usually would be ball gowns and tuxedos.
Yeah.
Before we go in, I want to mention some art pieces. The oldest one on the facade is 13th century, the Crown, Madonna, and Child. It's from Spain. Either side of the doorway, these hairy men, they're called wild men, 15th century Spanish. In Spain, they protect cathedrals, keep evil spirits out. They're guarding his main entrance. Ironwork, 16th century, also Spanish. Above it, that fan shape, we can't quite see it with the reef there. That was made by Ed Trinkheller. He was a German ironworker and worked for Mr. Hearst for about 10 years. Went to Spain to see exactly how they were doing the ironwork there.
Wow.
On the windows here, there on the sides, you'll see there are, it looks like security for the windows, but it's really decoration here on the hilltop. It's so remote. I don't think they had to worry about anybody intruding.
No.
They did get through 3 gates on the way up here, and there were night watchmen. If you weren't on the list, you're not going to come up.
Lots of wild zoo animals
crashing.
to stop you.
Zoo animals, they have a lot of stories. We have oral histories, and what was it, an ostrich that kicked the fender in. So yeah, you
Yeah,
wanna
they
be
have
careful.
strong legs.
And then his grandson, John Jr., would go to school at San Simeon. His grandfather bought him a motorbike. He said on one occasion a water buffalo chased him down the hill. A lot of interesting things
I
that
don't think
happen
I'd like
here.
that. Those things are crazy.
Any questions before we go inside?